So the Rockton Mini Smash Championship was last night, and it did not go as well for me as planned. I knew I was going there with just a Mazda 3 bumper with basically a couple repair plates because this car's been through a lot of derbies already. But what happened is my positive came off my fuel tank. I did a half decently sized hit with the front of my car, and the positive fell off the fuel tank. And then by the time I got that hook back up and made a really big competitive hit, they still black flagged me. So I wasn't super happy about that. And then when I came to the point where I actually stopped because they told me to stop, I got hammered. And when I'm telling you guys I got hammered, I'm telling you guys I got hammered. I took a steel tubing bumper at half track and it went right through the door into the cage. And this cage, it shook. Like, it went whoong, like if you hit a tuning fork off something. It was painful. I'm gonna say that I actually screamed in pain inside the car. The hit was so large that I think it knocked the fuel pump off of the actual fuel sending unit. So I need to put a new fuel tank in this today. But what we're gonna do is we're going to try to straighten this rear control arm, put a new tire on the back of it, load a couple spares in the back of the truck, new fuel tank, and I'm gonna check the rad because I don't really know the condition of the radiator. But Erin Fall Fairs today, so we're gonna head there. I might have to cut a couple things on this car if I go there, but you know what, it's worth it. It's the end of the season and I really don't want to save this car to be ran again. So I don't know, last night sucked. That was a huge hit. I'm not gonna say that I didn't deserve it, because you deserve to get hit when you're out there, and I'm just saying that was a big one. I am pretty sure that all my rear subframe, oh yes it is, yeah, rear subframe is gone. It is bent to the point where it is not considered subframe anymore. It's just considered sheet metal now because it's all bent up in there. I'm also going to try to bend down the speaker deck just a bit to give me a little bit of more viewing room. Now Erin's heats and it's very muddy, so we're gonna put some taller tires on there with a little bit better tread. I'm gonna bring these ones just as donuts for spares kind of thing. But speaker deck is coming right inside the car. Gas tank protector is doing what it should be doing. As you can see, it is actually keeping the sheet metal away from my gas tank. And that's what I want. But my God, did I get rattled last night. It was a big hit, but everything else looks to be in half-dish decent shape. This is not a fresh car no more, that is for sure. When this car hit me here, I thought that was driver door so much I was upset and I screamed in pain because the whole thing just shook me. But very loose sand gravel track last night. It rained quite heavily on our way home, so I'm not really sure how much water and mud is everywhere. But let's get this thing fixed and ready to derby again today, guys. We got a little bit of work to do, not lots, but a little, that's for sure. First things first, tire and then gas tank, so let's get going. So we got the gas tank out and we got the new gas tank put in, and it runs great. Now this is a prime example on why I make all my gas tanks easily changeable. If I undo these bolts, I can pull this whole pump out and then put a factory Camry pump right back in there. So the next Camry gas tank I remove will just be swapped into this tank, so that way this tank is still good. Like, yes, it's welded down, but it's welded down to the point where I can actually change the sending unit. That's just the actual tank piece that's welded in there. Now at the back of this car, I got hit, and I got hit hard. So trailing arm's just about broke off there. It is broke off there. This arm is bent and almost ripped off. And then I don't know if you guys can see it, but this subframe is horrible condition. It is bent down and up and sideways and twisted. And this here This is supposed to be flat, and as you can see, it is on a definite angle. So the car is actually starting to bend down here. So you know you're using the back of the car when it's bending in front of the rear subframe. Hopefully tonight will be the last run for this car. There's really not a whole lot left on this. I'm just gonna try to piece together this back corner as best as I can. But as you can see, even the passenger side rear subframe is actually ripped right out of it. Front's still pretty damn straight, and I've been kind of avoiding all axle shots, so front tires are still both pretty good. But let's get this back corner fixed and hopefully be ready to derby in the next 4 hours, because tech closes in 4 hours for this derby today. I woke up pretty early, and it's a hour-and-a-half drive from my house, so I have to get this ready, leave, get there, pass tech, and then wait to go in. So hopefully we can get this thing ready and going. Well, as far as I'm concerned, this car is ready for Erin today. Not really sure if they're going to let me run this tire, so I'm going to drill out another Cavalier one to put on there. Now you guys may ask why I just don't run the actual Lumina donuts and Crown Vic donuts, and the answer is because they're too big. They're way too big. Like, look how much space I have there. I can't run a bigger donut than that. So I've been drilling out all my Cavalier donuts for it. I gotta put some tires on the front still. I'm probably just gonna run these snow tires that are aluminums, because Erin is known to me on a muddy track, and I have no fear of running aluminum, so maybe that's what we'll do, is we'll just swap those on before we get there, or before we leave here. I'm not too sure. But new fuel tank in it, and just a little bit of bending in the back so I can see out the back window, and then reattach all the trailing arms in the back, and this thing's ready to go. So less than 5 hours, sorry, I got home at about I'm gonna say 2 a.m. last night. It's about 10 a.m. now, and this car is ready to go. Tech opens in now 3 hours, 4 hours for Erin, so let's get loaded up to go there, guys.